Hi there, my name is Rachel Sullivan. I'm the Operations Coordinator at Cooper Landing Emergency Services, and I also volunteer for Moose Pass Fire. I grew up on a little island called Fox Island in the Puget Sound in Washington, and I've been around emergency services my whole life. My mom was a firefighter, a volunteer at first for Fox Island Fire Department, and then became a firefighter paramedic for Tacoma. So she had a career doing that, and she also taught CPR. So occasionally I would go with her and help with some of their larger CPR events and just help with the behind the scenes parts of that. So that was neat to see. And then my sisters and I had three sisters, and we all worked at Wild Waves, which was a water park in Washington. And my sisters were leads, so I would help them with those intro classes as well for their lifeguards. And then we were deep water guards, so I worked around Tacoma as a lifeguard during the winters as well. I went to school in Colorado. It was a pre-law track, so that was my plan, was to go to law school until I discovered Alaska, and that kind of got its hooks into me. So I spent a few summers in Colorado guiding down there. I guided on the Arkansas River with raft masters. We did the Bighorn Sheep Canyon my first year, and that's class 2 and 3. Super fun. And then the next year I did the Royal Gorge, which is their class 5 section, and that is a great time. If you haven't done that before, put that one on your bucket list. But I always felt like Alaska was kind of calling me, so I had some family history up here, and a few friends that I guided with in Colorado came up. One of my friends, Adele, worked for the Seavies, and I came up and visited her, kind of with the plan to work here all summer. So I found the Kenai River and guided 2 years there. I met my husband, and we did 2-hour trips down the Kenai, and it's a lot less whitewater, but still super fun. I did go back during 2008 and 9. I graduated in 2009 with my degree, finished it up, even though it was pretty clear I wasn't going to be destined for the cubicle, and moved back up here in 2009, and my husband and I got married in 2010, and we've been here ever since. I worked at Moose Pass School for 2 years, 2.5, and then all the different service jobs around Cooper Landing to kind of hustle it out and make it work up here. I joined Cooper Landing Emergency Services in 2018 after I had my third baby. They were really looking for anybody to volunteer, and a few of us moms were, excited about it, but we had a bunch of kids, and so we joined at the right time where they were desperate enough to offer childcare. So we took our ETT with Colin, and then he set it up so that the EMT classes would have childcare provided. So that was a great deal for us. Everybody was super happy about that. If you're ever looking for a good way to get people in the door, especially people with family and kids and roots where you're living, offer some childcare and people will show up. So I got my EMT in 2019, and then, or maybe it was 18, but we had the Swan Lake fire happen, which was obviously a huge deal here. So I got to experience the Ready, Set, Go program a few times. We lived up behind the Princess Lodge, so we were pretty close to the fire, and I had livestock and little kids, and my husband was working away at the time. So we evacuated to Moose Pass 3 separate times throughout the summer, and I fell even more in love with Moose Pass, who they were all super welcoming to us and just opened their arms and their homes to us. So I did fall in love with Moose Pass then and found a place that we bought in 2021. And so now we kind of have a foot in both towns. My kids still love their school, so we've been driving them to Cooper Landing, and I joined Moose Pass Fire, and shortly after that, the part-time position for operations coordinator opened up in Cooper Landing. So that's how I ended up on both. And it's going really well. I'm loving my job. It works out perfectly with dropping the kids off and then coming to work, picking them up, going home. And our crew right now is amazing. The retention's really good morale, and so that's allowing us to train to a better and higher level than we have in the past, since we're not starting all over with a brand new crop of people every spring if we can get them. So things are good here. We're excited for the opportunity to potentially do our own Fire 1 class in the next few years. We were fortunate enough to benefit from other departments offering Fire 1, EMT, EMT 2. So thank you to all the departments that did that for us. And we're kind of getting up on our own feet now. And hopefully we'll be able to offer more of those here in Cooper Landing. I did teach an EMT 1 course last spring that went really well. I was very proud of my students. They all did great. And I'm looking forward to doing another one of those this spring, potentially a FATO course, rural water supply, and then we're looking forward to the truck conference. So any trainings that are available, we're going to try to send a few people to and just keep that good momentum up. So thank you so much for offering this class. I'm looking forward to learning more. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.